My fiancé's friends told her he's going to change after marriage. They all do. She started getting cold feet. I said, maybe they're right. Then I stopped all wedding planning and told her, let's just stay dating forever. Her friends' faces when she begged me to marry her anyway. I, 29, male, was double-checking the final guest count with the caterer when my fiancé came home from girls' night looking like someone had just explained mortality to her. Hey, babe, good night. She put her purse down, didn't look at me. We need to talk. Oh, cool, those words. Okay, about what? She sat across from me, still wouldn't make eye contact. My friends brought up some things tonight about marriage, about how men change. Change how? After the wedding, they said it's like a switch flips. You guys stop trying, stop being romantic, just settle. I put my phone down, and you think I'm going to do that? I don't know, they all said the same thing. Every single one of them, their husbands were amazing when they were dating. And then, after the wedding, she trailed off. After the wedding, what? They just stopped. Stopped planning dates, stopped compliments, stopped caring about their appearance. Just stopped. So, you think I'm secretly waiting for a marriage certificate so I can let myself go and ignore you? That's not what I'm saying. What are you saying then? She looked frustrated. I'm saying they made good points. What if it's true? What if you do change? Sat there for a second, processing. We've been together 4 years, engaged for almost a year. Wedding was supposed to be in less than 6 months. And now this. You know what? Maybe they're right. Her head snapped up. What? Maybe I will change. Who knows? Maybe all men do. You're supposed to tell me I'm being crazy. Why would I do that if you already believe I'm going to turn into someone else the second we say our vows? What's the point? I didn't say, I believe it. I said, I'm worried about it. Based on what? Have I done anything that makes you think I'm going to change? No. But their husbands didn't either until they got married, right? So, I'm guilty by association. All men are the same. We're all just waiting to disappoint you. Stop twisting my words. I'm not twisting anything. You came home from girls' night convinced I'm going to become a different person. That's what you said? She stood up. You're not taking this seriously. I'm taking it very seriously. You just told me you don't trust me. That's about as serious as it gets. She went into the bedroom. I sat there staring at the guest count spreadsheet on my laptop. 200 people, venue booked, deposits paid, invitations ordered, everything planned down to the napkin colors. And my fiancée just told me she thinks I'm lying to her face about who I am. Called my best friend. Dude, what's up? Her friends convinced her I'm going to change after we get married. Change how? Stop trying, get lazy, the usual horror stories. That's messed up. What you say, that, maybe they're right. He laughed. You're an idiot. What did she say? Got mad that I wasn't reassuring her. So reassure her. Why? If she's already decided I'm going to fail, what's the point? The point is, you love her and want to marry her. Yeah, but I'm not marrying someone who's waiting for me to disappoint them. What are you going to do? Something her friends won't see coming. Next morning, my fiancé left for work early. Didn't say goodbye. I started making calls. First call, wedding venue. Hi, I need to understand the cancellation policy for our wedding. Oh no, is everything all right? Just need to know the details. What happens if we cancel? She walked me through it. We'd lose about $3,000 in deposits if we canceled now. Everything else would be refunded. Thanks, I'll be in touch. Second call, caterer. Same question, same type of answer. Third call, photographer. Fourth, florist. Fifth, DJ. Took me most of the morning. Got everything in writing via email. Then I sent my fiancé one message. FYI, here's the cancellation information for all our vendors. Let me know what you want to do. Attached all the emails. She called immediately. What the hell is this? Exactly what it says. Cancellation information. You seemed concerned about the wedding last night, so I'm giving you options. I didn't ask you to cancel the wedding. You said you think I'm going to change into someone else after we get married. Seems like a pretty big concern. So, your solution is to cancel everything. I'm not canceling anything, I'm just giving you the information. You're the one who has doubts. I have normal pre-wedding concerns. Every bride does. These aren't normal concerns. Normal concerns are, what if it rains, or what if the food isn't good? You're concerned that I'm fundamentally lying to you about who I am. That's not what I said. It's exactly what you said. Your friends convinced you that all men are secretly someone else just waiting for marriage to reveal their true, lazy selves. They were sharing their experiences. They were sharing their failures and projecting them onto us, and you let them. I was just being honest with you about my feelings. And I'm being honest back. If you don't trust me, we shouldn't get married. So, you're giving me an ultimatum? I'm giving you reality. Marriage without trust is just expensive roommates with a legal contract. She was quiet for a long moment. I can't believe you're doing this. Doing what? Taking you seriously? Punishing me for being honest. I'm not punishing anyone. You said you're worried I'll change. I'm saying, okay, let's not take that risk. We can just keep dating forever. Stay exactly as we are right now. That's insane. Why? We're happy now, right? You love me now. I love you now. Why do we need marriage? Because I want to be married. I want to be your wife. But you think marriage will ruin me, ruin us. I didn't say that. You said you're worried I'll change. What else does that mean? She hung up on me. Got a text an hour later. You're being manipulative and you know it. My reply, I'm being honest. If that feels like manipulation, maybe examine why. No response. Came home that night to find her in the guest room, door locked, whatever. I had work to do anyway. Update 1. The silent treatment lasted 3 days. She slept in the guest room, left before I woke up, came home after I was asleep. We were roommates who hated each other. Fine by me. I kept researching cancellation policies, vendor contracts, all of it. Then her mom called. What's going on? She says, you're canceling the wedding. Not canceling, reconsidering over what? Explained the whole thing. Her friends, the concerns, my response. Her mom was quiet for a minute. So, she said she's worried you'll change, and you're proving her right by changing before the wedding even happens. I'm not changing. I'm responding to a lack of trust. Sounds like semantics to me. Think what you want, but I'm not spending my marriage proving I haven't changed. That sounds exhausting. What do you want from her? I want her to trust me, and I want her to tell her friends to back off. Her friends have been married longer than you two have been together. They have experience. They have bad experiences. That's different. And instead of working on their own marriages, they're trying to torpedo ours. That's a harsh accusation, is it? When's the last time they said something positive about our relationship? She didn't have an answer for that. Look, I said, I love your daughter, but I'm not going to beg her to trust me. Either she does or she doesn't. And if she doesn't, then we stay dating or we break up, but we're not getting married. Her mom, you're both being stubborn. Maybe, but I'm the one who didn't come home questioning our entire relationship based on other people's failures. She hung up, not angrily, just done with the conversation. My fiancé texted me that night, "Can we talk?" Sure. She came out of the guest room, sat on the couch. I sat in the chair across from her. I talked to my therapist today. Okay, she said. you have a point about the trust thing. She said, if I'm going into a marriage already expecting you to fail, that's not fair to either of us. Your therapist is smart, but she also said, you're being extreme, that we should be able to work through this without canceling the wedding. We're not canceling anything. I just got the information in case you wanted to. That's the same thing. How you express doubts, I took them seriously. Would you rather I ignored them and pushed forward anyway? I'd rather you reassure me. Reassure you how, by promising I won't change. I already did that for 4 years and you still don't believe me. She started crying. I hate this. I hate that I let them get in my head. I hate that you won't just, I don't know, fight for us. I am fighting for us by refusing to enter a marriage where you're waiting for me to disappoint you. That's not a marriage. That's a self-fulfilling prophecy, waiting to happen. So, what do you want me to do? I want you to decide if you trust me or not. And if you can't, then, yeah, we shouldn't get married. And if I say I trust you now, do you? Or are you just saying that because you don't want to cancel the wedding? She didn't answer. That's what I thought. She went back to the guest room, got a call the next day from her best friend. Oh, good, you're ruining her life. Hi, nice to hear from you too. Do you have any idea how miserable she is? Yeah, I do. She's miserable because you spent an entire evening convincing her I'm going to turn into someone else. We were just being honest with her about your own marriages, not ours. All marriages are the same. Men get comfortable and stop trying. Your husband stopped trying. That's not a universal truth. That's a personal failure. How dare you? How dare I? What? Point out that your marriage problems aren't my fault. That your husband being lazy doesn't mean I will be. You don't know what you're talking about. I know you spent girls' night tearing down your best friend's relationship instead of supporting her. I know you filled her head with so much doubt that she came home questioning everything. And I know you're calling me now to blame me for the consequences of your actions. She deserves to know what to expect. She deserves friends who want her to be happy, not friends who want her to be as miserable as they are. That's not, we're not miserable, aren't you? When's the last time you said something nice about your husband? When's the last time you talked about him without complaining? Silence. That's what I thought. Look, I get it. Your marriage isn't what you wanted it to be, but that's not her problem, and it's not mine. You're being cruel. I'm being honest. You don't like it because the truth hurts. She's going to leave you over this. Maybe, but at least I'll know it's because she chose her friend's misery over our happiness. That's useful information. She hung up. My fiancé came home that night, actually came into the living room where I was watching TV. My best friend called you? Yep. What did you say to her? The truth that her marriage problems aren't our problems. She's really upset. Good, maybe she'll reflect on why that is. My fiancé sat down. They want to come over to talk to both of us. Like an intervention. An intervention for what? For you being unreasonable. I laughed. Actually laughed. They want to come to our home and tell me I'm wrong for taking you seriously. They're worried about me. They're worried they're losing their influence over you. There's a difference. So, you don't want them to come? I don't care what they do. But if they show up here uninvited, they're not getting past the door. What if I invite them? Then I'll leave. This is our home. I'm not sitting through an ambush in my own living room. She looked torn. I don't know what to do. Yes, you do. You just don't want to do it. What does that mean? It means you know they're wrong. You know they're being toxic, but you don't want to lose them. So, you're trying to make me the bad guy for not just going along with it. That's not fair. Life's not fair, but you still have to make choices. Choose them or choose me, but you can't have both. She went back to the guest room without another word. Update 2. They came anyway, all 5 of them. Showed up the next evening while I was making dinner. My fiancé let them in. Didn't tell me they were coming. Walked into the living room to find 5 women sitting on my furniture, looking at me like I was on trial. What's this? Her best friend stood up. We need to talk. We really don't. You need to leave, not until we sort this out. There's nothing to sort out. This is between me and her. She's our friend. That makes it our business. I looked at my fiancée. She was staring at the floor. You let them ambush me in my own home. I told you they wanted to talk. And I said if they came over, I'd leave. So, I'm leaving. Grabbed my keys and wallet, headed for the door. Her best friend blocked my path. You're not going anywhere until you listen to us. Move. No. Move, or I'm calling the cops for trespassing. This is her home, too. Actually, it's not. The lease is in my name. She's not a legal tenant, which means you're all trespassing, so move or I'm making calls. She moved, but the look she gave me could have curdled milk. Drove to my best friend's place, stayed there for 3 hours, came back to an empty apartment. My fiancé had left with them. Got a text around midnight. Staying at my best friend's place tonight. Need space to think? My reply, take all the space you need. She stayed gone for 2 days, didn't call, didn't text except to say she needed more time. Fine. I spent those 2 days actually canceling things. Called the venue, gave them notice, called the caterer, called everyone, lost the deposits. About $3,000 total. Worth it. My fiancé came home on the 3rd day, saw the cancellation confirmations on the kitchen counter where I left them. You actually did it. Yep. You canceled our wedding. I canceled a wedding for 2 people who don't trust each other. Yeah, I can't believe you. What did you expect? You left with your friends who ambushed me in my own home. You stayed gone for 3 days. What was I supposed to think? I was thinking about what? Whether to choose them or me. Seems like you chose. I didn't choose anything. You chose not to tell them to leave. You chose not to defend me. You chose to leave with them instead of staying with me. Those are choices. She sat down, looked defeated. They said you'd do this. They said you'd manipulate me by doing exactly what I said I'd do. That's not manipulation. That's consistency. You're punishing me. I'm protecting myself. You think I want to marry someone whose friends convinced her I'm the enemy? Pass, they're not. They're just worried. They're projecting their failed marriages onto ours, and you're letting them because you're too afraid to stand up to them. That's not true, isn't it? When's the last time you disagreed with them? When's the last time you defended our relationship to them? She couldn't answer. That's what I thought. Look, I love you, but I'm not going to spend the rest of my life competing with your friends for your loyalty. Either you trust me or you don't. Either you choose us or you choose them. But you have to actually choose. I choose you. Do you? Because your actions say otherwise. What do you want from me? I want you to tell them to back off. I want you to set boundaries. Saint, I want you to stand up for us instead of just going along with their negativity. And if I can't, then we're done. Not just the wedding, all of it. She started crying. You'd really leave me over this. I'd leave someone who doesn't trust me and won't stand up for our relationship. Yeah, because that's not a relationship, that's just going through the motions. She went into the guest room. I heard her on the phone crying, talking to someone. Probably the friends, whatever. My best friend called. Dude, you actually canceled? Yep. You okay? Honestly, yeah. I'd rather be single than married to someone who's waiting for me to fail. That's dark, man. That's reality. My fiancé came out an hour later. I told them. Told them what? That they're not invited to the wedding. that they need to back off, that I'm choosing you. We don't have a wedding anymore. I canceled it. Then we'll plan a new one, a better one without them. You really told them off? I told them they were being toxic and projecting their problems onto us. My best friend cried. The others got mad, but I said it. And they said, I'm making a mistake, that I'll regret this, that you're manipulating me. What do you think? I think they've been making me miserable, and I didn't want to see it. Every time I talked about how happy I was, they'd find something wrong. Every time you did something nice, they'd say you were love-bombing. Every time we had a good day, they'd remind me it wouldn't last. Yeah, I noticed that too. Why didn't you say anything? Because they're your friends. Wasn't my place, they're not my friends. Friends want you to be happy. They wanted me to be as bitter as they are. She sat next to me. I'm sorry for all of it. For doubting you, for letting them in my head, for not standing up for us sooner. Okay, I accept your apology, but words are easy. What are you going to do differently? I'm going to trust you, and I'm going to keep them at a distance. And if they start in on the negativity again, I'm going to shut it down. And the wedding, if you'll still marry me, I want to plan something small. Just family. No drama, no negativity, just us. Looked at her, saw something I hadn't seen in weeks. Clarity, conviction, fight. Okay, let's get married. Small ceremony, family only. Your friends aren't invited. She nodded. They're going to be pissed. Good, let them be. We planned a new wedding, 2 months. Out, immediate family only. Tiny ceremony at a garden venue. Reception dinner at a nice restaurant. Total guest count 30 people. Cost less than what we'd already lost in deposits for the big wedding. Didn't care. My fiancée told her friends they lost their minds. Her best friend called me. You're really not inviting us to the wedding? Nope. After everything we've done for her, what have you done for her besides fill her head with doubt and make her question her happiness? We were being honest. You were being bitter. There's a difference. She's going to regret this. Maybe, but that's her choice to make, not yours. She hung up. Wedding day came. Small, beautiful, perfect. My fiancé looked incredible. I cried during the vows. She cried. Her mom cried. My dad made a joke about how I better not change now that we're married. We laughed. Got a text during the reception from her best friend. This is a mistake. He's going to change, you'll see. My wife showed it to me, rolled her eyes, blocked the number, went back to dancing. Final update. The fallout was slow, but steady. Her best friend tried to contact her through mutual friends, through family, through Instagram DMs. My wife blocked her everywhere. The other friends backed off mostly. A couple reached out to apologize, said they'd been projecting their own problems and it wasn't fair. One of them, the quieter one, who barely spoke during the intervention, asked to meet for coffee. My wife went, came back thoughtful. She's getting divorced. Which one? The quiet one? Said her husband told her she's been making both of them miserable for years, with her constant negativity and criticism. Huh? She apologized. Said the whole friend group had gotten toxic and she didn't realize until her marriage fell apart. What you say? I said I appreciated the apology, that I hope she finds happiness, but that I need distance from that whole dynamic. There, over the next few months, we heard things through mutual acquaintances. Her best friend was getting divorced. 2 others were in marriage counseling. The 4th was working on herself, whatever that meant. The quiet one actually did work on herself. Started therapy, left the toxic friend group, reached out again after a few months. I owe you both an apology. We were awful to you. My wife met her for coffee again. They're rebuilding their friendship slowly on healthier terms. The others haven't heard from them. My wife doesn't miss them. Is it weird that I don't care? She asked me one night. Not even a little. They were terrible friends. They really were. We've been married for a while now. My wife is lighter, happier. Like cutting out that toxic group lifted something heavy off her shoulders. And me, still the same person. Still plan date nights. Still do the dishes without being asked. Still tell her she's beautiful. Still listen when she talks. All the things her friends said would stop after marriage. Still doing them. Because here's the thing her friends never understood. Marriage doesn't change you into someone lazy and checked out. That happens when you stop trying, when you take your partner for granted, when you let yourself coast. But that's a choice, not an inevitability. My wife sees that now, sees how close she came to throwing away something good because her friends couldn't stand seeing her happy. Thank you, she said the other night. For what? For not just reassuring me and moving forward. For making me actually choose. For showing me what I was about to lose. I wasn't trying to teach you a lesson, I was protecting myself. I know. That's what made it real. You weren't playing games. You were serious. Yeah, I was. I would have lost you over them. How did I not see that? You were scared. They preyed on that. I'm not scared anymore. Good. The friends' predictions never came true. I didn't change after marriage. Our relationship didn't fall apart. Theirs did, though. One by one, their marriages crumbled under the weight of their own negativity and bitterness. My wife could have been one of them. Could have sabotaged our relationship because her friends convinced her it was inevitable. But she didn't. She chose us. Chose to trust me. Chose to cut out the toxicity. Best decision she ever made. We're renewing our vows next year. Bigger ceremony this time. Her old friends won't be invited to that one either. Some people think I went too far, that canceling the wedding was manipulative, that I should have just reassured her and moved on. But reassurance without accountability is just empty words. She needed to confront what she was doing, needed to see the actual consequences of letting her friends poison her mind. And when faced with losing everything, she made a choice. She chose me. Chose us, chose to fight for our relationship instead of just going along with her friends. Negativity. That's not manipulation, that's consequences, that's boundaries. And those friends who spent so much time convincing her marriage ruins men. They're divorced now. Turns out their marriages were ruined by their own bitterness and negativity, not by their husbands changing, by them never trusting their husbands in the first place. My wife sees that clearly now. Sees what she almost became. I almost turned into them, she said recently. But you didn't because you didn't let me. I didn't let myself be dragged down. That's different. Same result, true. We're good, really good. And her friend's dire predictions completely, totally wrong. Marriage didn't ruin me, didn't change me. Just proved I was exactly who I said I was all along. And that's more satisfying than any revenge could ever be.